So we have, what is this, the bands? Cyan got banned. Well, that's kind of obvious because of Baus. Should I move my camera here? Wow, I'm the star of the show, guys. So Maokai, that's not gonna be, so that's gonna be what, Maokai support probably into Azir mid. I think we've got endless mode, whatever they call it. So it's gonna be like a best of 3 series, by the way, guys. They banned Zyra? Why would we ban Zyra? Is Zyra jungle a real threat? It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's fearless. It's very scary. Ivan with an Ezreal? I don't like that. I mean, it kind of works a little bit with maybe with the Azir, but I don't like. I would prefer Ivan to be with a hyper carry, kind of like a Jinx or something like that. Maybe it's a target pick. Maybe they have a good Ivan player or something, but I don't like the Ivan pick personally. I don't like that. There are lots of support bands coming out now. Janna, Karma, Rakan, Zyra if you want to count that, but it's probably for the jungle. Rel ban coming through. We're banning all the supports. No more supports allowed in League of Legends, guys. Supports is the broken role. What's their last ban even gonna be? I mean, if I was playing... So both teams do still need to pick supports at the Leona ban as well. So all of these gonna be banned for the next draft as well, right? Or not? Or is it just the ones that are played? Only picks. Okay, because that'd be crazy. Imagine 20 bans per game. That'd be fun. So Brom Ezreal's pretty annoying. I think Brom Ezreal is actually pretty good in 2v2. You'd usually think of like Lucian Brom, but the Ezreal applies the Brom passes with his Q as well, which makes it pretty annoying. So if I was gonna do Kaiser, something into that. I mean, they've got a very slow team. If the Azir gets locked down, then that's it. But is that going to be... That could be Maokai's support still, right? They could easily have that as Maokai's support as a flex. One thing I would say, though, on Nightbird... Is it Nightbird? Should I get the name right? Don't want to get that right. Nightbird. I don't know what the S means. But Nightbird's team is that they have absolutely no real frontline. I don't like... I mean, you got the Maokai ult going in. Like, that's basically, like, the kind of... the main engage. You got Sneaky Nico coming in with a little minor engage there, but... I don't know. Whereas on the other side, you got the Vi going in engage-wise. You've got Azir ulti. You got Brom that can also do stuff as well. Is that actually Vi top? Well, it has to be, right? It's not going to be Ivan top. I like the draft here for Rats. Like, the team on the left has a lot of damage. If they get ahead early, they have to win early. These guys have to win early. You got Yone and Kaiser for late game, but they got so much stuff there early that they have to. If they get outscaled here, they get outscaled like crazy. And I think they can play defensive enough to get away with it as well. I'm gonna move myself now. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can I put a hat on myself? Wow, guys, do you like my hat? I've got a yellow beard now. But yeah, I prefer their team. Their team comp's easier to pull off. You have to be kind of sneaky with the Nico, but I'm assuming at this level of play they're not going to fall for it. No idea. Was it the Vi versus Jace? I have no idea what that lane's going to be like at all. But it is going to be Nico's support. Would have been weird, I guess, to see a Nico jungle. I've not honestly seen a Maokai jungle for a really long time either. I think his clear is probably going to be pretty slow. We're starting off with a level 1 invade already. Kaiser's already forced to cleanse. They're gonna dive this, right? This is diveable, right? Are we diving this one? Did I put my camera in here? Can I sneak it in here? Hello? Oh, she's dead. She's dead. Azir's gonna grab that. That's an easy one for Azir. Where was Nico as well? Like, Nico wasn't down here too. I wonder what they were planning. I didn't see where the Nico was, but that's an easy first blood. Don't know why the thing at the top hasn't updated, but yeah, that's an easy first blood for the rats. Why Nico's face check-in brushes by herself? She's gonna... This is horrible for Nightbird. Well, Nightbirds, this is a mega disaster start. Like, Nico's now half HP. She can't go back. The stats at the top are all wrong, unfortunately, but I don't know what's up with it. Is there? Can anyone check the main feed to see if the overlay's cooked on there too? But yeah, this is unfortunately unlucky. Oh, there we go. We're updated. Let's go. Yeah, I have no idea what this top lane matchup is. I've not actually seen a Vi top in any of my games. But yeah, the bot lane is going to be the main point there, because if you look at the summoner usage, the Kaiser has already used Flash and Cleanse. The Nika's already used Flash and Heal. You got Crowny on Ezreal, still has Teleport and Flash, so they can easily manipulate the wave in a certain state in order just to get a lane advantage there. Easy play. So yeah, it's like when you're taking TP versus someone that is not taking TP, if you're already getting that early of a lead, it's super hard to come back through, because even if they chip down Ez here, he just recalls. You just go, okay, I go recall and come back into lane. So Ivan is already level 3. I don't know why it says level 1 on the right, but he's level 3 to Ivan's 2. And this is what I said as well in Select. Like, I haven't seen the Maokai in ages, and his clear is slow. And that's just going to be an easy steal. Are they even aware of that? There's no wards put down for Nightbirds. Maokai is now going into his bottom half jungle here now. Now they're going to know that his jungle is done, so because they're going to see the Ivan with the buffs. That Nico's already put down to 10% HP, nothing else coming through, but that's going to force a recall. Maokai's taking his Krugs, but there's going to be nothing for him to do. Maybe Maokai should have just recalled, went straight up to top side. I don't know. Baus is getting the Jace down. Bobista down to around 20% HP. The Vi has a lot more mana than the Jace here though. Q does connect. Oof. This Jace has TP. Both of them have TP up here, but yeah. Looks like it's complete dominance right now by the rats. Got Braum coming in to look at mid, but I don't think anything's really going to be happening mid. Maokai flashing in, Twisted Advance going out. Little Sapling's going to do nothing here, by the way. Maokai's trying to block the Q from the Vi. Good Q to interrupt. Vi still has Flash. Flashes over the wall, and then that's out. I mean, you might see Maokai make another appearance up top, but now the rest of the map for Rats knows that Maokai hasn't got Flash. It means they can play a little bit more aggressive without having to worry about the engage. I'd say that's probably a win again for Rats. Very, very strong early dominance here, and to be honest, I would say Rats has probably got better scaling. You got Yone Kaiser on the birds that have better late game. In terms of like, those are two very late game champions. But the Azir and the Ezreal's probably not quite as good, but the Azir is still going to be really immense. And there's just the team comp overall on the Rats is just much better. Got a lot more reliable crowd control there. A lot of sustain. And I'd say like, if they didn't If they did, getting that first battle on the Azir is just crazy good, because otherwise, if you look at it, if their mid lane gets shut down, say if Nemesis on the Azir gets shut down early, they have very little teamfight damage there, and they will be like waiting for ages and ages and trying to stall up the game for Azir to get like 3 items. But the fact that he's already got 1 item, well, the fact that he's already got the first kill is setting up pretty good for the rest of the game. Oh, he flashed! Auto attack the turret! No! No, Jace! We've all been there. We've all been there. Put your hands up if you've been there. That would have been a pretty good solo kill there for Jace, but yeah, Jace no flash. That was a good moment there for the Nightbirds to get something that. And meanwhile, Maokai did get Grubs, and in the river we've got the Ivan and Co are doing Dragon. Did you know, guys, if you stay in Ivan brush, you do more damage? Look at Crowny. Mr. Ezreal, if you could stand in the brush, you do a little bit more damage. I'd say like Nightbirds have done a good job though in terms of like mitigating the bleeding too much, because bot lane was a complete disaster. They might actually catch him out here. They don't know. They think they've reset. Kaiser's going to get a jump here onto the Ezreal. Nico E lands, but we shift over in towards mid lane. Does look like Maokai's going to go down. That's going to be another kill for the Azir, and apparently nothing happened bot side. Did they use any summoners? Doesn't even, I don't know how reliable the summoner trackers are here, but it looks like no summoners were actually used bot side. Like the Nico E did connect. But yeah. So the Jace is starting to do a number over onto the Vi now. Vi still has ult. Ult comes through, but Jace is kind of bullying the Vi. This was the last pick Vi, right? Got Brom now coming up. Ivan's also heading up too. Brom's coming up. Level 5, no ulti, but Jace has no flash because he used it earlier. I think he's dead. It's going to be very difficult for Jace to manipulate this. You got Ivan root landing. Daisy! Daisy gets the kill. Sums are working because Crony just TP'd. Okay, cool. Marco ulti comes in. Ezra does get connected. Kaiser ult comes flying in. And honestly, that's pretty bad from Ezreal. Like, he had just known his jungle and his support were just top sides. I think it's very greedy to assume the fact that he was going to be safe there bot side without any punishment. So really good punish there from Nightbirds, getting a tower plate there too. They can probably get 2 here. Brom might wall up in front. That way they're forced to just hit the Brom shield and they get tower aggro, but they can clear out this next wave here too. Yeah, very, very greedy from Ezreal, overextending there on lane. Gold's actually kind of dead even right now. CS and mid is super even, top is super even. Bot side, Ezreal is falling behind slightly. He did. When did Ezreal die? Oh, just now, yeah. I was gonna say, man. When did he die, guys? Just a minute ago? So Azir's TP'd in, there's nothing to do there. Brom is just roaming around looking for stuff. Ezreal can generally be left alone. You say that, but he just did die slightly in a stupid way, so hopefully Reckles has just told them off for that. Grubs are spawning very shortly in 23 seconds. Manimune picked up now on the Kaiser. They're kind of looking for a plate here, but I don't think they should do it. They should back off and respect that. Interested to see what the top lane situation is like, because the Jace was dominating over the Vi, and I think as soon as the Jace has died, think it's been a lot more passive up there. Whereas if you look at the items on Ezreal, for example, Ezreal has not quite got his mana immune just yet. Nothing really special going on here. I'm not expecting anything to really break out here. Grubs have already been started by Maokai though. Maokai does have his ulti backup. Daisy gets taken out here. You can see the Yone and the Azir kind of posturing, looking about trying to get into the river. Vi has priority over top though. Vi has ult, I think. Yeah, Vi going into the Maokai. Maokai is dead. Yeah, they definitely felt the situation where whoever were to start the Grubs would lose it. Just kind of give up a bit too much terrain. Yone going in there, just doing Yone things. Everyone knows that Yone can just miss everything and still do a lot of damage. Vi ulting in. I'm sure Jace will just knock her back. He's forced to flash. Yeah, really good positioning on Vi. Staying right behind the Jace, so the Jace can't just knock the Vi away. Azir still has ulti. Nico's looking for stuff. I don't know. Unless Nico gets really lucky with a minion positioning, it's going to be really difficult to look for her to look for like a clean engage. Good interrupt on the Azir. It's going to delay his recall for this dragon. It's a bit of a bad timing here for the Azir. Birds should have prior on this, but it could end up being a 50-50 smite. Looks like the rats are just saying, yeah, you can have the drag. Yeah, that's fine. Getting to the point of the game where you'll see teams try to get one last play off. We've got 1.5 minutes to play it, so Nico's a little melee minion. Well, see the Nico. Nico's a melee minion right now in the bot lane. I don't know if Ezreal's aware. Nico just popped out, so okay, now he's aware. Yeah, this top lane situation is really interesting. Imagine this lane could have been a lot different if that Jace flashed, autoed the Vi instead of the turret. That could have been, that was a really big moment, to be honest. That little bit of misplay. Gold's still really close between the two teams. But I do prefer the Rats composition overall. Starting to see that a lot, the symbiotic shoes on these top laners now these days. Vi's going to get a lot of map mobility around. Does look like it's going to be an AP Maokai instead of like a tank Maokai. So you know how I said that they only had Maokai as their frontline? He's not even really going to be a frontline. He's 0-2 and he's going AP. He is going to be the weakest tree. It's rot. The tree has rot. Oh, Nico going in for an ulti, but by going back onto the Nico here, Nico forced the flash. Now we got Ivan up here too. Ivan root whiffs to the side. I think he was aiming for the Nico, but there are 4 rats up here. Yone's coming up now from in the jungle. 1 plate gone here, and that's all the plates gone. I think that's fine overall. Nothing major there. It was a nice try from Nico to try and get something going on there, but the Nico is just like, you can tell that Balas wasn't counting minions, but the Nico damage is just too bad. It's just the crowd control and you've got to rely on that follow-up. We've got Azir going in now, the shuffle going forward, Maokai ulting in, Yone ulting in. You've got Ivan at the back that has, I was going to say, has the Yone debuff on him, but it's not enough to finish him off. Azir gets sprung away. Is that Chemtech Soul? Is that why he got used? It is Chemtech Soul. That's very fortunate, maybe that that's Chemtech Soul that the Azir gets pushed into that amount of safety. So that just ends up being a very squishy Maokai kill. The Ezreal's doing a lot of damage over to this Kaiser now. Now that the Ezra has Trinity Force. Decided to finish off Trinity Force before the mana immune. It's adding up to being a lot of damage. Well, the pros of Mako just auto-build AP and it doesn't even do that much damage. Right, yeah, because if I was behind personally 0-2, I wouldn't even be thinking about AP. like the Maokai damage isn't going to be adding that much. I would like, especially in that team composition there, I would want a bit more frontline going on there. Like having something in there just to last longer than 2 seconds, because that Maokai is going to get absolutely ripped apart. Looks like he's also going into Merc Treads. I don't know about the Merc Treads personally. Jace is getting engaged on Braum Flash. That's the passive stacked up. The ulti is probably a little bit overkill from Braum, but in the meantime, Vi's getting dove down. Maokai being used. Nico ulti. Okay, it's a good response. I will say like Nightbirds have done really good responses. Something's happened on the top side, and then it's been then answered almost immediately on the bot side of the map. And gold is still relatively close right now. One dragon apiece. Blue team. Nightbirds, do you get first turret? Nemesis on Azir was holding off killing the turret to deny minions. But if they just killed a turret, they would have got boots upgrades. I think just get the boots upgrade. Like honestly, denying them 2 or 3 melee minions over getting the boots upgrade now, I would just take the boots upgrade personally. I think that's a mistake. Okay, you got level 11 now on the Kaiser. Let's drag his boots fight. Yeah, but they could have had the boots ready for this fight anyway. It looks like it's going to be passed over anyway. Nightbirds are going to be taking tier 1 top in response to this, which is better than nothing. And they're doing the same thing as well. They're trying to deny a little bit of minions up there on the top side. They might get some damage onto this tier 2. There is going to have to be an answer from Rats in terms of top side. You don't want to be giving over that tier 2 early on. Birds have left that bot side exposed though, and there is a Herald being dropped. It's going to be a lot of pressure onto that tier 2. In fact, I think this tier 2 is going down. They're going to be too slow to recall, so actually once again ends up being a little bit of a macro outplay. There is a teleport coming through on the Yone. Turret's already gone there and Azir's out. Although Maokai is now trying something here. Maokai has engaged on Ivern. Ivern's okay, it's a good pick. I don't think anything would have happened from that though if the Kaiser under the W. I don't think she would have ulted in. I think losing your Ivern to get a tier 2 turret, I think that was maybe solo gold for the Azir. Once again, as we identified like early, like Azir is going to be the main damage source here in this team comp. So funneling even more gold over into the Azir. I mean, to be honest, it feels like Rats should be further ahead in gold. But it's neck and neck right now. It's 100, 200 gold in it right now. Nearly 20 minutes in, we're going to have Attican spawning in the bot side soon. Currently, Birds have priority over bot side river. They've got the vision set up. You see Brom's trying to find an avenue to do so. There's going to be some face checking required there if he wants to go ward in there. Maokai being pinched there a little bit. You can see how squishy that Maokai is though. Like, was it an arcane shift auto Q and he's already down to 60% HP. That guy is only going to be useful for ulti and twisted advance and he's out of the game straight away. This whole mid tower's exposed a little bit. Gonna expect to see some reset timers soon. Yeah, you're looking at Braum has put down vision. He's going to reset for Attican, spawning in 15 seconds now. You're going to see Rats back off now because they don't have Braum on the map, so they need to respect the fact that they don't have the support there. Vi's also gone back and it looks like Vi will be coming down to mid. They'll probably push out mid to get mid pro, looking to do that, and then go into Attican. Let's see how Nightbirds responds to that. Yeah, they got full mid lane pro here, Rats. Would say like the wave clear as well from Nightbirds is pretty weak, so that their Rats will always have wave control in this kind of like ARAM setup. Vi's just gone straight back up to top. She does have teleport, Jace, however, is still with the team. He's still in mid lane. He's walking up to top now. I was going to say, if he was to hang around here, that would be really bad because he would then have to use his TP top to defend the tier 2. And then he just won't have it for Atikan. Looks like Azir is... I was going to say, I thought he started Atikan there. He's like on top of it, basically. But it'd be a bit weird if he was starting it. Just got a little bit of a mid-game ward control thing going on here right now. Braum is very overextended though. His wall's on cooldown. He needs to be careful. There's been an engage on the Maokai. Just a little bit of a prod there for Maokai on from the Vine. Already down to 45% HP. I don't think the Maokai can get healed up in time. Looks like Rats are looking for an engage. Ezra ulti goes through. Maokai's now on 20% HP. Forced to flash away from Braum ult. Is that going to be enough for them to set up for Atikan though? That looks like it will be a free red buff. Looks like it might be red into Atikan. Depends on how fast they feel they can clear it. Like, Ivan's not exactly the fastest person to do Atikan or Baron though. Kaiser almost 1v1ing Ezreal. That was a lot of damage that Manimune is completed on both of the AD carries right now. That's going to force a recall from Ez, but he does have teleport. I would say that this Kaiser's had a better game than the Ez, even though the Kaiser did die in that level 1, unfortunately, in the jungle invade. Root lands there on Nico, nothing special. What's happening at the tip here? It's actually with 1v1. Jace is actually doing a lot more damage now to the Vi now. Vi ulti, Vi flash. There's no tier 1 turret to fall back on here. Jace key misses. Jace might have this. This might be a 1v1. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. No. Both flashes used. Vi ulti. That's going to be down for a little bit. But that does give priority to Jace and able to push out this wave a little bit. Sorry, just talking about important dinner time strategies with my wife. Maokai already been shredded down to 40%. Rats do still have priority over the river though. I think they're handshaking away because they've already used Maokai ulti. Can they find an angle to get back into this and contest? You got the... Is it the Yone literally just sat in the brush behind Dragon Pit, just sat there waiting, lurking, looking for a flank. Maokai caught off the game by Braum ulti, he's dead. Jace keep coming through. This Yone is looking for a way to get in, but he's been spotted by wards. Yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of reset. Now there is Atikan. Looks like Nightbirds might be looking over into that direction, but I don't think they can do anything about it. They still need to kind of clear out vision. Maybe get a little bit of something on there. Yeah, this Maokai, honestly, like his ultis are not. He's just going full. He's just full committing to AP. Is that worth it? I don't know. To me, that just seems a little bit. Like he's got enough damage on his team to do damage. You've got the Jace is doing a crap ton of damage. You've got Yone, if he gets involved, is going to be doing a load of damage. You've already seen the Kaiser do a crap ton as well. You've got an AP Nico. Not the most amount of damage, but it's still more damage, right? It's not like a tank, like she's going to be doing more damage than the Braum. Why do we need a Maokai that has 4 AP? I don't understand it personally. So setting up for Atikan now. Ezreal's not quite there yet, and he doesn't have TP. Vi's making her way down. Jace is still top. Jace does not have TP though, crucially. So they might call for this then, now. Like, Jace is now having to come down now. The Maokai ulti's been used. Vi is having to queue away into the Jace. Baus is completely caught off there. And also, it looks like Yone might be caught out here too. Yone's still alive. Nope, he is dead. That's a shame for Nightbirds, because that was actually a good pick onto Vi. I would have said that Rat should have maybe pulled the trigger on Atikin sooner. Don't know how the Yone got caught off there, but I would have expected as soon as them to engage onto mid just to pull Atikin straight away and finish that off. Or start it. I think they would have had enough at this damage at this point to kill it pretty quickly. But it's always been a good response from both teams. There's been a kill on one side, and then straight away there's another pick on the other side. This game feels close, but also not close at the same time. It's super strange. I do feel like the Rats could have probably done Atikin there, though. I think as soon as they noticed that Maokai was ulting, you just literally, they were around, they had 3 people around Atikin. They had the Azir, the Ivan, and the Braum. Azir could have, the Ezra could have ran down river there too, just to help it off. I think they could have probably forced it, but I don't know what happened to Yone. They managed to catch the Yone out in the end. And Azir is now nearly on 3 items. More Atikin setup. Azir is pushing for level 16. Both mid laners crazy amounts of CS. 290 CS on the Yone at 26 minutes. That's pretty good, guys. I mean, Yone's looking for an IE. Maybe Nightbirds is trying to delay the game a little bit until he gets IE. If they can get a really solid engage with the Yone with IE, 3 items, could be good. What are we waiting for here? There's a dragon up in 40 seconds. It's not for a while still. There's just posturing going on. Both teams are being very cautious right now. Infinity Edge has been picked up by Yone though. They got the item that they wanted. This Kaiser's slowly trying to find those W's to chip away. Missing that one though. They got double poke there with the Jace Q as well. They're trying to like soften them up for then the Yone to try and clean up. That Ivan is already in 20% HP. Kaiser Q, Kaiser W after Kaiser W after Kaiser W. Azir is in the front here. Face check-in brushes. He just caught a sapling there from the Maokai. He's now kind of caught off by another sapling. Ivan's had to face tank that. This is for Chemtech Soul, by the way. Rats are on 3 dragons, by the way. Is it all going to end on a coin flip? And it's great that the Maokai can use Ivan's brushes, the saplings, to enhance his saplings. Who's going to pull an ulti first? Ezreal's already dipping low. Ezreal forced to flash at the back from the Yone. Birds get the dragon. Chemtech Soul for Rats. That's mainly because Ivan got chipped down to 30% super early on. But also Ezreal getting caught a bit there by Yone. Not the complete end of the world though. Meanwhile, Vi is split pushing bot side, ulting the Jace, but I think Vi just dies here. There's no way for Vi to get Baron for their team though. I'd say that was a bad death. And yeah, you're right. Rats do need to get this tier 1 mid. Whoa, if Ivan dies there, Birds get Baron 100%. This Kaiser has been a real thorn. Like, Rats need to find a way to engage this team as soon as possible. They have the utility to do it. They got the fire ulti going, and they got the shuffle. They got Braum. They need to stop posturing around, and Rats needs to find an avenue to engage them. Otherwise, they will just get chipped down, and then they will lose. Rats getting a little bit of mid control right now so that they can get some vision around this Baron. Next dragon's still not for another 3.5 minutes. Vi's going back down the bot side. Vi does have teleport. Jace is going to match that soon. Nobody's still done Atikin, by the way. Doesn't seem to be a care in the world for Atikin. Maokai has reset. So he did go Bloodletter's Curse to enhance the AP damage on his team. Not sure how well Maokai necessarily applies it though. It's like basically, if you don't know, it's like the Black Cleaver equivalent for magic damage. But this tier 1 being up still gives a lot of freedom for the Nightbirds. And they can use the Nico clone to kind of face check the brushes and the saplings, so they have a lot of face checking ability here too. That's going to be a tier 2 solo turret there. 700 gold for the Jace. And I think for the first time in a long time, this is a solo Atikin. The gold is going up for Nightbirds, and this solo Atikin is crazy. The fact that Yone can do that. Yeah. I think Rats could have done this ages ago. They could have done this 10 minutes ago. It's a shame that they've given that away. But well done Nightbirds for actually securing that objective with a sneaky. Yone ulting in. There's a Maokai ulti coming down on the backside as well. This Vi should die eventually. What's it gonna do though on the opposite side of the map? Like they're starting the Baron from that because their jungler is bot side. Yone could recall and TP here. Their Baron isn't the fastest because they got Ivan instead of like a damaging jungler, but it is going down. It's going down. It's gonna be Rat's Baron. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really very fast, quick response for Rats. That's a good answer for that. That was a good death this time from the Vi. I don't know why they did that though. They still had Jace that had TP available, right? So why not just match up with the Vi still? I think the Jace was doing absolutely fine in the 1v1 to the Vi. Shuffle going over to the Jace. This Jace probably loses this 1v1. A lot of bursts going down there from their Jace, but yeah, it's all suddenly crumbling away now from that one bad decision to send your jungler bot side when Baron's up. Yeah. That's kind of like a classic Soda Cube mistake, isn't it, really? Is Vi gonna go down again? Oh. Maokai ulti use. I think this is just to get away. I don't know if they're going to actually re-engage on this though. I don't think they should. They should just let Kaiser W just do its thing. Ezra takes another Kaiser W. You've also got on Jace Serpent Fang. Is it called Serpent Fang? There's anti-shield item. That's going to be Drake number 3 as well for Nightbirds because of the Baus Vi pick there. Yeah, the Vi needs to be a bit more careful now. Like that one good death because Maokai was bot, but everything else has been honestly bad deaths. And this was the last pick as well, guys. This Vi was like a pick to lock in to round up the whole team composition, and honestly, it's not been great. We also had like an oopsie moment with the Jace as well early in laning phase against the Vi, but anyway, this Ivan's been engaged on. Ivan forced the flash, but Jace probably getting a little bit too greedy going into that jungle blind. Maokai using his ulti. Kaiser ulting off that. That's so much damage. Vi going down, but Vi did dish out a lot of damage to the Kaiser as well. She's going to have to recall. That's a good 1-for-1 answer again. It delays the game a little bit again. Wastes their Baron again. Is Baus a Vi one trick? No, he's a Scion, known as a Scion player, but he can play more than just one champion. So Azir shuffle going on to the Azir, and yeah, he's dead. There's no tier 2 turret to go for though, it's just a nice little pickup of gold there. tier 1 towers is finally going to go down at 35 minutes. Yeah, Sion was first banned, so that's why he's not on Sion. Yeah, I feel like this game right now, Nemesis is just like, okay guys, get my backpack, I'm gonna carry you. Because the only reason why I'd say Rats is still holding on right now is because of this Azir. And we did identify that quite early on about how that is like the primary win condition really here for Rats, is this Azir pick. But there's a lot of disjointedness with the Vi getting caught, and honestly very lucky that Maokai got sent down that one time. So then they got Baron. That was a bit of a disaster decision, but yeah, not wholly impressed by the Vi pick. And also Ezreal's not really having any real impact this game either. He's been kind of invisible right now. But we do have Chemtech Soul up in 2 minutes 20, Baron in 1:30, so we should start seeing something soon. But Rats need to find a way to engage them rather than getting chipped down all the time. In terms of support items, you got the Knight's Vow built up onto the Braum now. Nico is still on one item really, just with the Proto Belt. Everyone's getting pretty high level now, apart from the supports. Everyone's just very cautious. Baus is finally learning to back up. Although this Maokai might end up getting caught itself. That's going to fling in the Maokai. It is a very squishy Maokai, don't forget. Zhonya's actually bought there, or the stopwatch. Maokai does go down though because he is squishy as hell, and Vi still lives. And there's Baron in 35 seconds. Can someone explain to me why their jungler is bot side again when Baron's up? Does the birds are allergic to Baron buff or something? But that was the first time we saw Ivern shadow the Vi, and it just about worked out. But now Birds have no jungler for 30 seconds. He's not going to be at Baron for another 45. Kaiser needs to land every single W here. They're going to start straight away. The question is, the Birds aren't even going to answer that. Yoni's doing red buff right now. They're saying, okay, fine. You've got that. But they're going to have to fight for this dragon. They don't want to get caught off before then. Well, I'm just walling up because the face checking the brush there. They're looking for a picker still. Maokai's still not quite on the map yet. The Rats are looking for that engage before they keep getting chipped down by Kaiser W. Nico eats that Ezreal ulti. Minus 40% HP there. Maokai is now here now. He's got a decent angle here to ulti if needed. It looks like they're aware of that. They're using Daisy to face check the brushes. How did Jace end up in the pit though, by the way? How is Jace in the pit? Maokai ulti being used. Braum gets locked up, does wall. Braum's trying to disengage. Disengage works. This is a Chemtech Soul for both teams though. Who's going to get it? Maokai got the Chemtech Soul in a 50-50 smite. Why? Okay, so well done Nightbirds for getting the dragon and winning the 50-50. But why aren't they just like, they just committed everything. They used Maokai ulti. Like, Rats shouldn't be looking to disengage there in my opinion. They should be just looking to fight that. Baus is... This is a close 1v1. Okay, Vi wins it. That's 1 minute without Jace. Rats needs to be on the aggression now. They need to actually be aggressive for the first time really on the map. That's the first time Baus has got like a 1v1 kill. Yoni's down bot side. Honestly, if Baus managed to kill the Yoni, I think Yoni only survived because of the Chemtech Soul. If it was the other way around, Vi would have got another solo kill there. So inhib goes over to mid. Wait, this Chemtech Soul is going to be a problem though. Like if there's one good 5v5 fight now, that might be the thing that breaks. Are these pro players? These are a mixture of like ex-pro players. This is like the tier below LEC basically. This is like, if you know like football, you got the Premiership, this is the Championship. A 40-minute game. Honestly, I wasn't expecting a 40-minute game. Yeah, I think in terms of objectives, I think Rats had more control on the map, but didn't use it as much as they could have. Getting too a bit involved with 1v1 trade-off picks instead of just like they could have probably got like the Atican, for example. There's Chemsol with Atican as well. I think if Nightbirds get one Baron buff, Rats lose. Alright, looking to engage onto the Kaiser. Oh my god, it's the Nico. It was the Nico as the Kaiser, but yeah. Why is Nico there? But that Vi just popped her completely. Okay. Baus is now being productive. I mean, Nico being down isn't necessarily the end of the world. If you only can find a pick here, Ivan forced a flash. Brom ulti used to try and disengage for the Maokai engage. Looks like it's kind of worked. Redemption pops down there from the Ivan. Tier 3 is going to go over and they're going to give up that inhib. Super creep wave slowly coming into mid. Haha, Rob. So what do we got left? We've got 2 minutes for Baron. 2 minutes 30 for Elder. I mean, Rats now have a very clear map advantage now with the inhibs been taken. They got a 6k gold lead. Chemsol though is an element that you can't really take out of the equation though. This Azir is still not died yet. If they manage to kill Azir though, like very early into the fight, if it ends up being a 5v5 clash, we haven't seen a single 5v5. Maokai might end up getting caught off here. He's forced to ulti really early. Brom shield use, sorry. Nico might get caught off here. Brom flash, missed the Q. Brom ulti used. Yone goes straight into Ezreal. Tier 2 here looks like it will go down. Jace is split pushing bot side right now, but he's fighting against super creeps right now. Does Vi have a 2 gold? She has an 8 gold shutdown, guys. Wait, what was that? Was that Kaiser W on the Ivan? I didn't even see that. She's got a death cap now, the Kaiser. She full build? I think she's full build, isn't she? Kaiser is full build. And most of these players are now getting to full build. You've got Azir full build, Kaiser full build, Ezreal full build. Yone still needs one more item. Maokai's kind of full build. He's got controlled in his item slot. Jace is full build. Alright, Baron's up. We might get our first 5v5 here. It's going down really fast. Nightbirds need to answer this right away. Bromwall is just going to block it. The Rats do get Baron buff. It's going to be their 3rd Baron buff of the game. Elder Dragon up in 30 seconds. And Nightbirds do have river control. Timing's just slightly off though. Rats will be able to get down here in time, but it's going to be close. They have no vision bot side. Rats have no vision bot side. Elder Dragon's up in 15 seconds. They don't have Maokai ulti though. This is what I was talking about earlier though. Like, Birds only have that Maokai ulti really as an engage. You can maybe try and chuck Yone in, but That Ez ult, blind Ez ult was huge. Nico and Yone take a huge massive amount of damage here. Vi-Q gets interrupted by Yone ulti. Vi ults onto Yone. Yone lives. Loads of HP left still. Ezreal's now caught out by Maokai. We'll say the Rat still has a little bit of priority over the river at the moment, but this could be an Elder Dragon to Nightbirds. Vi's not out for 50 seconds. Does have TP, but this is going to be a 4v5 here that Rats are going to have to play out. Brom Q misses. Wall will be down on cooldown as well, so Brom's going to be useless now for the next 10 seconds. Ezreal's choosing to go for the dragon. They're hitting the dragon. They're trying to avoid the team fight by trying to make it a 50-50 on the dragon again, but they had already lost that 50-50 Rats. Nika ulti goes in. Azir gets a kill. Maokai wins another 50-50. Birds have Elder Dragon. Azir gets a double kill though. Can he keep any members alive here with the Elder Dragon? Kaiser W hits the Brom. Is he gonna? Oh, he takes down Yone flying in there with the E and the Q. Oh, it's gonna be a kill. Wow. Meanwhile, their base is getting pushed in though, so they can't do anything too crazy in the map at the moment. But there's some nice picks there. The Azir's still deathless though. Jeez, that Kaiser's still going to be alive with the Elder, and don't forget they got Atikan as well, so that duration is going to be increased a little bit too. Rats have 3 Baron buffs and still have not even remotely been able to knock on the Nexus at all of Birds. But yeah, that Yone range is disgusting. So yeah, we're getting to the point in the game where the only way these teams get stronger are from these objective buffs, and Birds are not going to be losing Atikan, they're not going to be losing Kentex, so that's permanent. They've got Elder Dragon, and it's completely nullified the effects of this Baron buff. Like, the Baron buff got taken first, and then there was the river fight. The Baron buff is about to wear off, or has worn off already. 15 seconds the Baron buff wears off. It's a minus 1.8k Baron buff. 1.9k negative now on the Baron. Yeah, MBS is Nightbirds. I think this is the first time properly we've seen Nightbirds pushing into the rat space now. They've still got this Elder Dragon for 38 more seconds. Kaiser's fishing more W's. Rats needs to try and hold on. W lands onto Ezreal again. Wave state is slowly being built up into a 2-pronged attack from mid and bot side. Top wave state is kind of neutral right now. Not expecting anything top side. Maokai ulti gets used. They want this tier 3 turret. Yone ults in the back and misses. They have to back off right now. Rats are going to be on the chase here. They get the tier 3 bot down to 40% HP, but yeah, that was a couple of whiffed ults. The Yone couldn't find anyone there. If the Yone connects there with something, maybe it ends up being game over. But the show must go on. 48-minute game. Baron buff number 4 up in 2 minutes time. I think that's going to be the next contention. This Kaiser might be picked off. Ezreal does a lot of damage. And now that the fact this Ezreal has magic resistance, he's had the morph for a while though. It's not doing a crazy amount the first W. Everyone is looking pretty much full build right now. No one's gonna get stronger than this. It's literally from buffs. This Azir has still not died. They said the Kaiser could get caught up there. They're trying to set up an angle to get into bot side, maybe take the bot inhib here. Got full control over Bird's bot side jungle right now. Vi looking for a sneaky play. I'd be surprised if Jace doesn't face check though with the Q. And look at Azir, he's so far off at the back as well. Yeah. If he were to walk up there, that would have been pretty crazy. There is a Baron up in 40 seconds. The 4th Baron of this 50-minute game. Teleport coming in from Ezreal. Brom forced to wall quite early here. Maokai. Okay, Maokai and Vi just said hello and then said goodbye again. Nico Root does find something. The Ivan took a little bit of chunk damage there. I think if I was Nightbirds, I'd be look, just get the poke. Get Jace Q down, Kaiser W down, just poke as much as you can. Or trying to maintain as much mid lane wave control as possible. Maokai was demanding to do Baron buff. They're trying to get some mid prior, but don't forget there are 2 exposed inhibitors in Nightbird's base. There's a Maokai ulti being used. Yone's E has already been committed though. Braum Wall has been used. Ivan's locked up there. Nico ult kind of used there. Forced the Azir to Zhonya's. Azir's now put down a turret. Kaiser's just got absolutely shuffled out of this. GA's now popped on the Yone. Looks like Rats are just going to completely decimate them here. Yeah. That is it. I think they can end. I think they can just end the game here. At least the inhibs are back down again, but there's such long recall times now. 60 seconds here. Squishy Maokai is going to go down here. Yeah, that fight was kind of a little bit anticlimactic. I think Nemesis was just like on his ear, was just like, haha, you got me, not really, Zhonya's, and then shuffle away, and then that kind of just absolutely wrecked the Kaiser. That ended like that. Yeah, as I said, I did prefer the Rats draft there for sure. GG guys, that's like the first pro game. Is it pro game? Pro game. It's a pro game. Biggest pro game that I've co-casted. It's a best of 3, so hopefully they'll get 2 more games. Those were bangers. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a quick 2-minute break, and when I get back, we can chat. Alright, BB. Have they not played any music? I thought they played with music earlier, but they've played no music this time. We have some music, guys. But there are, I think, 4 games going on right now at the same time. Yeah. There is another best of 3 after this, but I need to go after this. But yeah, the draft on Rats was good. The Vi pick, I still feel like that was a little bit questionable. I feel like if the Jace honestly was just a bit mechanically better, he would have been a 2 kills up, I think, on the Vi. Because you saw it, the 1v1, where he flashed but autoed at the tower instead of the Vi. I wonder how much that alone would have set him up for the lane. And then there was some questionable moves there as well from Birds in terms of that Maokai ganking bot when Baron's up. Literally solo Q blunder there. But yeah, I feel like the comms maybe where the Vi is, because eventually it got answered by Ivan shadowing, but no one was shadowing the Vi, and the Vi was super overextended, and apart from the Baron time, like dying for free. Well, the games are 50 minutes still, the games that we finished at 8 CT. I think it was scheduled for 7 PM for the next bunch of games, so it'll be when it be. Hey Vi. Yeah, it's my first time co-streaming, so I hope I'm doing an okay job. Can I do a smiley face? Smiley face. Yeah, the next game should be starting getting soon. I'm sure they're going to want to get it going as quickly as possible, considering that was a long one. Yeah, I think games like that, I think Rats definitely have a lot to improve on in terms of communication. You can tell like the Azir was a tier above, and then it felt like everyone else in Rats was kind of like there, and then Baus was sometimes here too, but also at the bottom too, in terms of like how he kept getting caught out for nothing. Be interesting to see. I mean, there's still 2 more games left in this series, but once they get up to even stronger teams, it's going to be interesting to see how they cope. I don't know if they can keep relying on Baus looking to split push, especially like that, in my opinion. I just found it strange that they left that Vi like last pick though. I wonder what they were trying to do with it. Maybe it was just meant to be for like the Ivan route into getting to the Vi into melee range a bit quicker or something. Pretty sure I could switch to a different feed and we can watch another game for a bit, but I want to wait until we get the next one. Just trying to think what else in that game as well. The game was super strange. Was there 4 Barons in the end in that game? 4 Baron buffs, an Elder Dragon, 8 dragons died. So was it only 3 Barons, was it? Because I thought it was 4. Definitely with 8 dragons dead though. I mean, Birds also won 50-50 smites. It was 2 50-50s. That reminds, yeah, that fight around, they had the, I think they should have just engaged. There's a couple of times that I could see like the Rats were just hesitant to engage, and I think they would have won fights if they just went for it. But then I'm a scrub. What do I know? Do you think the Mal building tank would have been way better from the start? I don't know. I don't like that. I mean, they needed an engage, right? They had Jace top. They had was it? I think they should have had the Maokai as support, honestly. I don't like the Nico pick. I think the Nico pick didn't really offer much. I think the Nico pick was bad. I think if they had Maokai support, had that as a flex pick, and then put something else in the jungle that could engage as well, then I think that would have gone better. Wasn't Sapling Times last longer on bonus health? You might be right. It's been a while since I last played like Maokai support. Maokai got nerfed AP wise, didn't he? Thank you. I got fish and chips, guys. Let's see my fish and chips. Well, we got chips, we got fish, we got peas, we got truffle mayo, and we've got tartar sauce. Yum. And there's ketchup in the middle. Ketchup and mayo, yeah. 3 condiments, yeah. So we roll here. But yeah, I don't know. As I said, the Maokai jungle, you saw it early as well. He got invaded. It's so ass early. Yeah, then I remembered as well. Like the Azir got first blood super early from the jungler. Like Nightbirds are very early game setup, super bad. Maokai just got out jungled, and the Azir got the first blood, but honestly, I feel like if a lot of those little mistakes got tidied up from Nightbirds, they would have won the game, even though they had the worst comp, in my opinion. Apart from Maokai ganking Vi bot side around the 30-minute mark or whenever that was, and giving them easy access to Baron. Apart from that, I felt like the most of their decision making was actually pretty good. Yone soloing Asukin, a pretty smart move as well. No, put my music off. They're gonna play champion section music or not? Yeah, they are. Support then, I guess. Right? I guess it could be Pantheon jungle, but it's unlikely. About the Ash arrow. Means you don't necessarily have to go cleanse either, because you can rocket jump the Ash arrow if it's coming towards your face like that. And Ezreal's already taken, so that's the kind of other dash one. You don't want to play. To connect and be that the main engager, like you need the Orianna ball on the Xin or the Cassante to really get like the proper engage going. It's gonna be interesting. I'm not sure who's got the better. I think this is a much better draft for birds, like 100%. Okay, 1 minute already in game. Let's see if I don't think anyone's gonna die level 1. Hopefully, like last time. Gives me time to eat my peas.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, literally nothing happening. I'm just gonna eat my peas. Oh, there's a pause. Haha. Whoa. Look at that. Rel top damage. What's going on? What kind of game is this? I'm making my way for it. I'm eating as fast as I can, guys. Do you feel like both team comments are fairly balanced though? I think the main thing early is like this Pantheon ult. And they cook with the Pantheon. If this Pantheon does nothing for the first 15 minutes of the game, he's actually just going to be absolutely useless for their team. What? The last time in the laning phase we saw Baus actually not doing too great into Bobista. Let's see if that plays out any differently here. Looks like they're pushed in every single lane here, birds. They got full lane control in everywhere. Going after Q, a little bit of poke there going onto the Tristan to hit early. They gotta be careful though, like their bot lane, the Bird's bot lane is really easy to engage on if the Renata misses one ability. Kinda GG. That Renata has to be on point with every single rel thing. That's why, like, Janet is, like, for example, good against engaged champions, but if you miss one Janet tornado, it's the same here with the Renata. You could see a very early gank here from Pantheon. I mean, Ashe is pushed up really, really high right now. Q's already been committed. They don't have a ward in the river. They don't know that they're there. Fins on Scuttle. Now they know that Pantheon's there. Rel's now kind of gone in. Wait, do birds not know? I don't know. The flash is in Zhao. Yeah. I don't know about that. Brownie getting taken really low here. Forced the flash and barrier. Also, Rel's also flashed here too. Bird's bot lane is actually doing a number. I do feel like in this series so far, Brownie hasn't really showed up on any AD carry at the moment. But also the Bird's jungle. Like the Bird's jungle is definitely struggled a lot this series as well. The overlay is a bit wonky. Oh, what have I done? We're good. We're out of sync. We're out of sync, guys. Just trying to see if the UI will fix bugs of my end or not, but I think it's indeed. It's all out of sync, isn't it? Let me try and hold on. I'm gonna go black screen here. Try and turn them on at the same time. Uh-oh. Are you good now? Yeah, the sound is completely out of sync at them. I'll give it a minute and see if it's the same on the real stream as well or not. If Adriel's open, he doesn't get those. What? sound's delayed by like half a... Heard Oreo ulti being used there. Bowser's bot being dove. Ashe for more auto. That turret's gonna hurt though, she's dead. Why would you pop barrier? I think it's still a good death. I don't know why she popped barrier. That was a waste, but that was a good dive. That was worth it for Ashe to get a kill. Doesn't seem like the audio is quite. Right. Let me try pressing another button. Actually, maybe let me try. Hold on, let me try something else. Is that in sync, guys? That's not. You lied. Super loud as well, so. Oh, that's good. Okay. Jumped. All is planned. I need done with my food, guys, and then I can make it. Okay, dinner buff acquired. I think the main thing to take note here is that their Bird's bot lane seem completely dominant at the moment. It's like Bowser got caught off again, getting knocked with the blast cone, sent back. Syndra looking for a pick here. Orianna's going to have to take a long route back to mid turret. There's some minions there that the Orianna's missing out on. But it's death number 2 now on the Gragas. Goldie deciding to stretch out now to 1.5k. I was gonna say, they're like, what you doing in my jungle? Well, this Pantheon's now stuck in between 2 turrets. This Orianna will get this Pantheon kill. He's just trying to draw it out as long as possible. Nearly got away though with the Pantheon ulti, but the Orianna ult interrupted it. Nearly got a sneaky escape there. Renata roaming around into mid, but I don't think anything too crazy is going to happen here. Orianna does have double buff. Might be able to bully down this Syndra a little bit. Nice poke damage there from the Orianna onto Syndra. I mean, grubs are now spawned. Syndra is on half HP. Syndra does have teleport though. Renata's still topside. I think rats are going to be playing for dragon. Looks like Gragas is going to die maybe for a 3rd time. There's a good ulti to get away. Okay, Zin's going back onto grubs. Okay. So grubs will be free for birds. Rats will get dragon. Gragas is looking to be annoying there though. I think Asante at the moment had held top wave. Yeah, I think the Gragas was just trying to make them think about whether or not they want to do that or not, because They do have Syndra TP. There wasn't really a good ward for Syndra to TP to though if they actually wanted to fight that. Strong start though for Nightbirds. Bot lane is pushing in onto the tier 1 turret again. Orianna uses ulti in the Syndra. Lots of put. Oh, the Ashe arrow connects onto the Syndra. That's a nice kill. Really nice kill. Also assist gold going over to Ashe. Also, this Orianna could push for a turret plate here too if she wanted to. But she's not going to. A bit too greedy maybe. Yeah. It's quite a big gold lead already. 1.7k. 2 plates gone off on the bot turret. Zin's looking to play into the bot lane brushes. You've probably seen Rel in the river as well, roaming around. Ashe has no arrow for this. This might just be, yeah. I can say Tristana's already rocket jumped though. There will be 2 more plates going over. Pause. Yeah, let's just analyze what's just happened there. So Baus is getting bullied a lot top, but he did do one good escape on the Gragas. There was some weird jungle invades going on there from Rats. Ended up being kind of even-ish in the end. Didn't really get anything from that. At least they do get a dragon, the Rats. But yeah, it's a dragon apiece. So at least there's no 2 dragons on the Nightbirds, because otherwise that would be a very difficult situation to get themselves out of this early on. Look at the damage though on the Ashe versus the Tristana. I'm surprised. Honestly, the Rats bot lane super surprised me. Like, yeah, I get it. There's a Renata that can Q and disengage, but Ashe is super invulnerable. Super vulnerable to a gank, right? And they got a Pantheon that could play like really, really aggressively. There was like that very early on, around about level 3, when Pantheon was pathing through their tri-brush and they had no vision at all. I was surprised that they just didn't pull the trigger then. I don't know why they just didn't like collapse and everything. Force, if you have an Ashe with no flash, get the Ashe flash off there. And if you have Tristana with no flash, I think if you're the Tristana, you're really happy with that. Chris still has rocket jump to get out of fights. Ashe doesn't. She's completely reliant on Renata. I think they should have used more there in that little fight, or potential fight. Just always seeing that the Rats like, in this series holding off, like being aggressive in the play. Yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to have personally seen the Tristana and the Rel be a lot more aggressive into this bot lane. It's going to be very... Now that the Renata's got her ulti, like that's going to be much more difficult for them to do. Like if Rel looks to engage in, Renata just pops ulti and then it's just kind of like... walk away from it almost. Like... But the Renata's a pretty good pick here into the team. More money going over to Cassante. Every single... Okay, Pantheon ulti coming in now onto the Ori... who? Why are we looking... Okay, Gragas is going to die to 1v1 maybe? No, Gragas ult is good. Zin's coming up there now. Gragas is dead again. But this is the Baus playstyle, right? But what happened with the Pantheon ulti? I didn't even... We were looking at Pantheon ulting in 1 second and we got taken to top. What's going on here in the mid lane? There's an Orianna. Oh, that was perfect. Orianna ulti with the Zin engaged there. Frame perfect. There's nothing that the Syndra could do about that. She didn't even have flash. Pantheon jumps back onto the Zin though and then finds that pick. Does Orianna have enough here to kill the Pantheon though? I think she does. Everyone's too slow. Okay, that's really good for Rats. That was a really good frame perfect play there onto the Syndra. But that was a really good Pantheon answer. Like, he found that play from nothing. It's a 3-1 Pantheon. What I said earlier is if this Pantheon has no kills at 15 minutes, he's going to be absolutely useless. He's got all the kills for Rats. All 3. He is the playmaker. He needs to do some good ultis. This is a ridiculous amount of damage done to mid, though. Ashar goes out and a whiffs. That tier 1 turret's going down very soon. Unlike the previous game, where we saw Rats struggle to take down the tier 1 turret for, what, 30 minutes? That tier 1 tower going down potentially in pre-20 minutes is going to be pretty big for them. Ashe, no arrow as well. Baus in Narnia again. He should be fine though. Atican will be spawning topside because of all the Gragas deaths. Rift Herald has spawned, and there's a dragon up in 20 seconds. Xin is top. We've seen this jungler from Nightbirds been playing on opposite sides of the map to where the key objectives are. Unless they're hyper prioritizing Herald more over Dragon, they have to now anyway. He has no choice, he has to start doing Herald. Because Pantheon's bot side. Cassante is looking to be dove, but Cassante's actually done quite a big wave clear here. Syndra uses her ulti. Cassante flashed into the brush so that he can't get jumped on here by the Pantheon. There's a flash engaged there from the Rel. Pretty clean. They did get Herald though during that, and they are giving up their tier 1 mid for this. But they are getting tier 1 bot as well, I think, too. It does mean that though Nightbirds can now play for Dragon as well. Respawn time is going to come in with the TP on the Cassante to be able to play for this now. Baus is kind of doing a little proxy wave. There's a lot of minions in that top wave there that are getting pushed into that tier 1 turret. That's going to be a lot of XP and gold just denied there. Gold's clamped down from what, a 2k lead to a 0.5, 0.6. Thanks. So Dragon has just been started. We haven't got camera footage on that though. Have they pulled it? Xin on it? Xin's on it. Ashe has been engaged on by the Gragas. The Gragas ulti is okay. It nudges them slightly forward, but the Ashe is still exposed. Renata ulti gets used. Gragas is going to go down. Ashe is sitting there on 10% HP with no arrow. She does have flash. Dragon's still being done here though. Pantheon has ult. Double stun their Syndra. They can't get anything here. Okay. You can see what Baus is trying to do on the Gragas. Get onto the Ashe, super immobile champion. He even, I think he thought maybe he'd do a bit more damage than that. But yeah, you saw how much Renata denied any more follow-up damage going up onto the Ashe. It was good protection. But yeah, they were hoping to catch them out on the bad recall there, but that was 2 pretty bad Pantheon ultis there already. Yeah, I don't know. So although in that play, like they managed to kill the Cassante and do stuff, they could have got the dragon for free. I guess they also got tier 1 bot turret, but I don't like the situation that Rats are keep getting themselves in where they have this these awkward fights over dragon rather than just securing the objectives when they have the opportunity to do so. Pantheon might be caught off here. Ashe arrow goes wide. It's quite a big whiff actually. Renata Q connects onto Pantheon. Syndra stun whiffs Zin's ults for no reason really. Zin flashes over the wall. Gragas massive ult onto 3. Renata's caught out. She's put W on herself. Can she get an assist anywhere? Not quite. Almost though, because the Rel does also fall over. Both supports are dead. That was actually really close to Rel. To Renata reviving off of her W. I got a 1.5k damage in teamfight from Renata ulti. They're looking to dive the Syndra. Pantheon's kind of here. Renata's already taken quite a bit of damage here. Zin's here too, but Zin's got no flash. Syndra falls down pretty easily. That's going to be an easy tail on top for Birds. Birds regaining their gold lead a little bit. They did dip down to 500, now it's gone back up to 1.5k. Atican has spawned top. I think we've seen like what 3 or 4 Ashe arrows this game. One of them was a really good one connected onto Syndra, but we haven't had really anything else since then. Five kills on this Pantheon though. I don't think that's what you want for Rats at this point, right? Tristan has 0 kills, your Syndra has 0 kills. Doesn't really matter too much about the Gragas having that many kills, but yeah. The fact that this Pantheon has every single kill. And you got 2 targets potentially that the Pantheon can go for there, the Orianna and the Ashe. But you've got the Renata to disengage from that. And you can't send the Pantheon flying in by himself either. They need to try and disperse the enemy into little fights and use the Pantheon ulti to make a pick. I think 5v5s are just not what Birds really should be necessarily looking for. Looks like Rats is trying to find a fight in the mid lane, Baus is trying to flank, ulti goes out there. Herald gets used as a way for Xin to escape. But then the Ashe gets caught off in a really horrible angle. What are you doing there, Ashe? Renata W does not save. Herald kind of gets used just to try and save the Xin, which it did save the Xin, but Renata ulti used for no reason in game. Yeah, I don't know. Birds just randomly panicked there. I think Xin did a really good move there, getting the Herald so he could escape, but that Ashe was in completely the wrong position. She misread it. Like, the Xin was out, and the Ashe was kind of going in on the flat side by herself. And she can't be left alone. As we talked about, she's super immobile. She has to be babysat throughout this entire game. If they find her alone for longer than a couple of seconds, Rats will find a way to engage on that. They've got plenty of engage to do so. Unfortunately, this Renata has to babysit the Ashe. Yeah, very big positional mistake there from the Ashe. And setting everything back to even now. Here we go, another fight in. Sin's found the Rel. Rel's on half HP right now. Looks like Rel might actually fall here. The Suns are going in. Ashe arrow connects onto Syndra. Syndra gonna fall down here. Syndra is losing so much health so fast. That's 2 kills over to Birds. Dragon's looking to re-engage. Ashe is caught out. Renata W does go down. I don't think they're going to get the revive off. No revive. Pantheon does fall though, but they also lose the Xin. I say that the Gragas re-engage there did mitigate that fight a bit, because that could have gotten a lot worse. But the fact that he gets caught off here though. I mean, why? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Gragas could have probably just went back home there. I don't think he needed to. I think he could have escaped and gone home. Yeah, the re-engage was good from Gragas. They ended up getting 2 kills for 1 in that little individual engage. But I don't think the Gragas needs to die again. And then you got weird timers as well. 25 seconds from Gragas at such a late death. And there's a dragon up. Rats just hoping that they can steal this away, but I don't think they can. Casante is teleporting in now. Pantheon has ult. Maybe they can find where the Orianna is going to be. Pantheon ulting in now. I think he did a quick recall. Okay, Pantheon does get it. Although Rel is locked up here a tiny bit. Although Baus has now gone flying in. He is going to be a sacrificial lamb for some reason. I think they had already got out, to be honest. I think Baus just has a fetish for dying, because there was no reason for him again to just die there. He didn't need to go back in. His team had got the dragon and they were out. And you got Baron spawning. Baus is dead on the Gragas. Now the question is, are Nightbirds gonna get Baron? They have no Gragas, rats, or on the map for another 15 seconds. This could lead to a 50-50. Casante's on the Pantheon, that's their jungler. The smite's taken out of the equation, and that's an easy pickup here. I'm assuming that was a rocket jump over the water. Yeah. If I'm gonna... Okay, they fake recalled after the Baron. They do have Gragas up here. Ashe is not here. Ashe was arrow in 3 seconds. 2, 1, Ashe arrow. This is perfect Ashe arrow. Surely. I didn't looking to fight it. It's a bit of an awkward standoff right now. Teleport coming back out to get back into the field from the Orianna. She must pick something up there. Ashe arrow goes wide. Would have loved to have seen her use it earlier. Flash over the wall, Cassante. Renati ulti used. Syndra is mega caught off here. That's a free pick here too. Got the Cassante with the W. He does fall off though. That's a 1-for-1 trade. They're losing Baron buffs here. Who's that called? Sin's caught, forced the ulti. I don't think they can do much. It was a very forced engage from Nightbirds. With the Ashe arrow not connecting. They found a 1-for-1 pick, but they're just delaying their Baron buff here, I feel like. Flash Orianna ulti used onto the Tristana. That wasn't respected. We saw that earlier. They are very clean at doing that. That's twice now that they've shown that they can do that, and they have to... Rats have to leave the Attican. That's 100% theirs, right? Right. Pantheon's saying no, he wants to have some of this. That Zin's on half HP. Pantheon's jumping straight in. He's very fed. Stun on the Pantheon and the Rel. Okay. That's why you have a 7-2 Pantheon running around, guys. They're finally utilizing it. They're not wanting to concede the Attican. And Ashe has been caught off on the flank. Gragas is doing his job distracting. It should be a free Attican now. They've got GA Attican. Pantheon ulti just gets them a bit closer, but they can run it down a bit here if they want to. This Baron buff has been completely wasted, by the way. Yeah, I feel like there's just a little bit of indecision. That's unlucky. A little bit of indecision play going on there. Nightbirds had the Baron. They overforced on a missed Ashe arrow. Got a 1-for-1 trade. They got the pick on the Tristana. But they didn't group up again properly after that to do the Attican. And Pantheon just picked off the half HPs in. But honestly, this Pantheon has been very, very good for Rats. Avelia has been having a really, really good game. Just Nightbirds just wait this out now. Just wait out the GAs. They're definitely going to be hesitating to engage here for a little while. How long have we got left on this? We've still got 1 minute. And Dragon's in 35 seconds. Zin's going in. Syndra stunned. Zin's on like half HP already. Renata W used on the Zin as well. The Renata ulti also used. There's been a lot of ultis being thrown around, but Pantheon's now getting to re-engage onto the Ashe. Ashe just about survives with a redemption, but then Tristana picks up the kill. It's going to be okay. Alright, Rats have got this completely. This is donezoed. I mean, Rel's going to die here, but it's with the GA. Yeah. They got no more minions yet. Here they are. That'll be tier 2. They're going to look for the Cassante here as well. Syndra stun goes wide. I don't know if 10,000 years can keep this Cassante alive. Almost though. But yeah, I don't know why. It's so interesting. Like Nightbirds are honestly at times in this game it just feels like they're all over Rats. And then they just do one silly thing and it just blows up into their face completely. Like, at that point, when they have GAs up, grouping up in there like that, like, do you really want to fight them? You just literally just blown every single ulti and you didn't even kill one of them. I think you could tell, like, the hesitance was there from them. I think communications must have been like, not on the same page at all, because it looked like half their team didn't want to fight into the Atican GA and the other half did want to. Because the Renata ulti follow-up was super slow. Anyway, Syndra and half HP here. Zin's going in for another engage. He misses his stabby. Pantheon is on a third. Baus is looking for a side flank here. Zin looks like he's potentially caught out here. He doesn't have his ulti anymore. He's dead. Asante's not even there. Like, they're looking for that fight 4v5. And now they haven't got their jungler alive. This should be a free Baron for Rats now. Syndra, what is Syndra doing there though? Syndra's just inted. What? That means that they can't do Baron now, right? What are you doing? That was, I mean, they might, okay, they're gonna go for it still. I mean, Nemesis had a really good first game on Azir. I think he went deathless on the Azir. This game is... it's having it tough. That was a... Nemesis, I don't know what was going on him. Because, like, that should have been a free Baron. There's no reason to be near brushes or anything like that by yourself. That's a good engage though onto the Orianna. Now they can do Baron. Yeah, like... you see a lot of the cracks here from Rats. There's definitely stuff that they can fix here in order for... like, overall, individually, they are better players than Nightbirds. You can see that. But a huge but in the room is that some of the decision making has been off. Rats do get the Baron. Zin and Orianna a little engaged there on the side. Nemesis goes down again. I mean, if Rats could just walk away with this before people Baron, I think that's fine. They're re-engaging with Asante. I don't think Nightbirds were expecting a re-engage there. Gragassalt's perfect though. That was a great Gragassalty. Nightbirds are going to try and get something from this. A little tier 2 turret. Okay, so if you're Nightbirds, how are you going to come back into this game? You need to fight over every single dragon. Just need a bang and Renata ulti, and you need to try and crowd control both the Pantheon and the Tristana now. I don't think... I mean, the Renata's... not the Renata, sorry. The Syndra has died 7 times, but she still has 3, maybe 4 items there. That Maji's probably got no stacks because of those back-to-back deaths. There's still a 3-item Syndra that's going to do some damage. But the main concern would be the Trist. The Trist has a Quicksilver Sash to get out of a Renata ulti or an Ashe arrow. She's not running cleanse. So that's going to be difficult. I think you have to throw every... I think the main way you catch off this Tristana is Orianna ball on the Zin. Like they've done it before a couple of times. They have to use that on Trist. I think that's literally the only way they kill her. If they manage that, then they got to worry about the Pantheon. But I think that has to be their prime goal. It needs to be Orianna Zin combo on this Tristana. If that doesn't happen, I don't see them winning a single fight now. I mean, they've shown they can do it twice. Let's see if they can do it a third time. Because the Quicksilver Sash isn't going to be able to get them out of that combo. It's going to be a tier 2 tower taken down for Rats though. Not seeing any random arrows. Ashe arrows being flung out, I've noticed. Draken is spawning in 14 seconds. Ashe arrow goes wide. Honestly, that might be the demise now. They can't really let a single thing go. Everything has to be perfect. And that Ash arrow being down already, I think has already conceded. They're already doing the dragon. Trist and Pantheon are already doing Drake. Does a jump mitigate the Oriole? Yes, but the way that they were doing it was so hard to react to that it's near impossible to do it. They found Rel, maybe by herself, but that's already a knockback used by Tristan has already used the flash. They need to get out. If Nightbirds can get out here, Gragas is finding an angle, shoving everyone in, separate them all up. That is going to be it. Yeah, Oriana's about to fall off the back. Double stun there from the Syndress. Oriana goes down. Cassante is about to fall over here. Right. Yeah, GG. (2-0) to Rats, but I will say that it wasn't a clean 2-0. I think Nightbirds played well in a lot of different scenarios that game. There's definitely a lot of things that Keidra will probably be talking to Rats about for a lot of shenanigans that went on in both games. I feel like the first 10 minutes of both games, I think Birds, apart from first 10 minutes of that last game at least anyway, Birds definitely had the upper hand. They were 2k gold ahead, they were building up the momentum, and then they kind of just overreached a little bit. That's the thing I've noticed in both of these games, that both teams almost hesitant to do the objectives and not realizing that it's free for them. Whether it's nerves, whether it's lack of vision maybe as well. Worried about making a mistake. Those are the things that you can kind of tell in these games that are the difference between this kind of, you know, top level still. Like these guys, a lot of these guys are challenger to, you know, worlds kind of difference. Just need a bit more snappy decision making, both teams, on a couple of calls, and just, yeah, some slightly key mistakes there as well, with like, you know, jungles being on the wrong side of the map at times. Yeah, I think Gragas had a bit of an in-team performance at 10 minutes in the game, and then he came into it like crazy. He did great ultis, honestly. Baus did a good job in the second half of that game. He entered his ass off, but then that gave him the power to do better later into the game. Yeah, and honestly, Rats are kind of lucky that that Pantheon had a banger game. If the Pantheon only had a kind of meh game, that would have been 1-1. So yeah, GG's! That's my first co-streaming stream. I won't be doing any more. There are going to be some more games going on, so do check out the EMEA Masters stream if you are wanting to watch the next bunch of games. I believe there's going to be more games tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be later, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock UK time, I think. So I'll have a look and see if I can have time to shoutcast for that as well, if you guys want to. But yeah, all the best, guys. Take care. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Soda Q and stuff. So yeah, bye bye.